And this morning's Eye on Earth, one of the world's most iconic cities, is partly underwater. Venice, Italy, is suffering its worst flooding in more than 50 years. At least 2 people have died, and the damage is estimated in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Here's what the city's most famous St. Mark's Square normally looks like. Here's how it looks swamped by floodwaters. Holly Williams is on Venice's Grand Canal with the reasons behind the flooding.
Good morning. They call this acqua alta here in Italy, or high water, and it often happens in winter. But this year it's much worse than usual. The regional governor is calling this a, quote, apocalyptic disaster, and Italy is expected to declare a state of emergency later on today.
When your city is built on a lagoon, water is a fact of life. Venice floods dozens of times every year. But the Venetians say this isn't normal.
The water was what? Here?
Here. Moon Najmul told us her family's 5 stores were all flooded.
This year, it's too much.
In a city that earns a living from its gorgeous views and the tens of millions of tourists who come to see them every year, this inundation is a disaster. St. Mark's Square was already a tourist attraction when it was captured by the painter Canaletto 300 years ago. Now it's submerged in water so deep, this man turned the famous piazza into a private swimming pool.
This was a perfect storm. Very high winds, a flood, and a city that's mostly 4 to 5 feet above sea level. But experts say what's making things worse here in Venice is climate change and rising sea levels.
St. Mark's Basilica, its structure dating back around 1,000 years, has flooded just 6 times in its history, but twice in the last 2 years. This flood has caused hundreds of millions of dollars of damage to a jewel of a city so precious it's a World Heritage Site.
Venice has been building flood barriers since 2003 at a cost of billions of dollars. But the project is 10 years behind schedule and has been plagued by allegations of corruption. Tony?
Everyone's got such beautiful boats there and boots, and the tourists almost looks like fun, but that is trouble.
Yeah, it's real trouble. And as she said, it is a jewel of the city. It's one of my favorite places in the world. This is heartbreaking what's happening.
Spectacular.
Holly, thank you very much.